I'm excited to welcome on the most recent Missouri State commit, Patterson. What's going on today, bro?
Nothing, just chilling, man.
For sure. Well, you have gone through a wild summer like everyone else has, but you've kind of really been kind of put in the wild right real quick out of the past couple of weeks. Going through the recruiting process, commit to Missouri State. You're on campus already. Take us through the
Mm.
past couple of weeks and how you adjusted to it.
Oh man, the last couple of weeks, man, it really been hard, man. Just just wondering who's gonna bite and who's gonna take a chance on me. So I mean, really, I just been in the gym and just working and just try to not really think about it and just I don't know, some just shown up and I'm forever grateful for that.
Now, take us through the recruiting process. I mean, it's had its ups and downs. You've got schools like Vanderbilt offering you. You've had a lot of interest from different schools. By the
Mm-hmm.
end, though, who are really the schools that you're considering the past couple of weeks before you commit?
It was Eastern Tennessee and it was Missouri State. Those are the last two after the little Vanderbilt thing happened. I had other schools really reaching out too though. It was a lot more. But those are the ones I was really going to consider going to. But yeah, Missouri State, they just, the good coaching staff here, the guy that recruited me was really cool. And yeah, here it's not too big, but it's not too small. It's a lot. Like a lot of people on the small campus. I think it's like 25,000 people here. So it's actually a cool little spot, man. It's really a vibe, and I'm right across the street from the gym, so it was just cool, man. When I came on a little visit thing, it was cool.
That's big time. And another thing I know you and I talked about a little bit was you kind of were on the fence of what you're going to do for upcoming season. I know a lot of people were wondering what to do. You're going to go to college for your senior season this upcoming year. Are you going to take a prep year? And you obviously chose
Mm,
to commit, but what went into that? I mean, were you how close were you to possibly taking a prep year and spending one more year in the high school system?
I was very close. That was probably my third option right there. It was either those three. Like, I wouldn't have cared if I did. I just had to, just be patient. I was just in, a waiting game, so I wasn't really, trying to rush anything. So if I did have to do that, then that's what I would have had to do. So I was gonna do it regardless if that's what I had to do just to go to the next level. So I mean, yeah, that was close. That was probably over Eastern Tennessee. It was probably like my second option.
Gotcha. And you're a guy
Mm-hmm.
that I think a lot of people were confused. I mean, why weren't the bigger schools all coming after you? You're doing insane numbers, offensive player of the year in the grind session, which is probably the best, if not the best league you could possibly be a part of in high school. You could score at
No,
will,
yeah.
you can do everything. What do you think? Why do you think maybe that a lot of the bigger schools weren't reaching out to you and weren't as heavily interested in you?
Uh, I'm not really trying to throw no shots, but I mean, in Minnesota, it's like they got their politic and who they wanna put on and stuff like that. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really trying to dwell on that no more because I'm where I want to be. That school that wanted me, and this is where I want to be. That's where I wanted to go. So I mean, no, I think it was because I probably wasn't probably as quick as the other guards or probably jumping the highest or because I mean that's what they looking at now. I don't really think they looking at the hooping anymore. So
Hmm.
and then they just kind of listen to whoever they had a a recent relationship with and whoever you got. It's all about relationships really. So that was and a couple things said back home, but I mean it is what it is, man.
And you mentioned the body aspect, and that is something that is unique about you. I mean, you're not the most athletic, quickest guy, but we see a
Mm,
lot of guys that are at your size make it to the NBA and play at a high level. I think most notably right now, we can hear Kyle Lowry, we think a guy like Fred VanVleet, we think of guys
yeah,
like
yeah.
Raymond Felton. There are guys that do it. When you look at
Mm.
that, I mean, what kind of motivation does that give you, knowing that you don't have to be the most athletic to be able to make it to the level you want?
Uh, like yeah, man. Some them. I mean, like I just even that even the small you don't even have to go to a big D1. Like you can even see it in other guards like Dame or CJ or Curry or guards like that or Ja Morant. Like You don't really got to go to to a big school, but going back on them type of short kind of strong guards. No, they when I see Van Fleet kill, I always repost and I really support like him, like because I've been getting comparisons about him, so I've been really studying him and watching his game and how he plays. And no, like I'm like for like he's really putting this on for like mid-major guards and like guards that's like us, kind of strong and stuff like that, and to hold their own. He really putting us on. So I hope he keep doing his thing. Really.
And for you, I mean, you are a guy that's going to a conference that isn't a high major. It's a conference that we
Mm,
have seen a school like Loyola go out there and put it together a Final Four run. There are schools, and we see many mid majors year in, year out. They go into the
mm.
tournament, they put on shows. San Diego State last year. You've seen that. How do you look to build that kind of culture? How do you look to build that now in Missouri State?
Uh, just people, just the team, getting locked in with my team and seeing where they're at, like what, just trying to get on the same page as them, so we can make everything click and I think we have a good enough team this year to make that type of run. Like working out with them and seeing them their game and the freshmen that came in with me, like I really think we can make that type of run.
And you talked to Coach Ford now. What's he kind of expect for you? What does he want for you now for your freshman season?
Me and him, we ain't really had that sit down real talk like that yet.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure his expectations are super high for me though. Coming in as a freshman, he gonna be on me more. I already witnessed this. Like I already know they're gonna be on me a little more than other players or returners or stuff like that. So he's like probably indirect. He's like indirectly showing me like that he's expecting a lot from me. So I'm ready to take on that challenge.
And talk about your recruiting class. You're obviously the last guy, the most recent guy to commit. There are a few other guys that
Mm.
also coming along with you though in this 2020 recruiting class. How have you kind of got to build a bond with those guys?
No, them my guys. Sky, yeah, Mel, Autumn, them is my guys. We just, been getting in the gym with each other, feeling each other out, just talking, having good talks, and feeling each other out, asking them how is it this and here, and back home, or what was your journey getting here, like having those good little talks, man. So it's kind of actually bringing us closer, and we're just starting to feel more like a brotherhood. Yeah.
And I want to break down high school now a lot for you. You're obviously from Minnesota. You spent your first
Yeah.
3 years there because you played eighth grade year at Brooklyn Center. You make
Hmm.
the prep round. We'll talk about that in a second. But those first 3 years playing high school ball, what was that like?
Oh man, Brooklyn Center, my eighth, my eighth grade year. That was crazy. I was like a little kid, like playing with grown men. So it was dope. But I was ready for that. Like I wasn't. It wasn't like I wasn't ready. So playing, just playing with, a bunch of good guys that played on that team, showed me, told me a lot of things and it really did go fast. So I was like, dang, like I wasn't, but I was in eighth grade when they was telling me this, so I ain't, I wasn't really listening. Really out there hooping though, like I was holding my own, playing against a couple top players like Amir Coffey. He's in the NBA right now. I played against him my eighth grade year. A couple of like a multiple Division I players. That just made me to. I just got thrown in the fire and I wasn't scared of really anything anymore when it came to hooping. But yeah, and then my freshman year, uh, yeah, it was same thing. Then that sophomore, my freshman year we kind of underachieved. We was supposed to go to state that year. We was supposed to like just run through our section, but we end up losing like our first game like by an underdog. So then that next year we got a good team called Minneapolis North. Had a couple Division I players and stuff like that in there. And it was the first time we took Brooklyn Center to stay in like 30 some years.
Mhm.
And that just right there, like that's where my real pub started right there after I took them to state. And we beat that Minneapolis North team because they was like super good in the state and everybody knew about them and everybody thought it was gonna be them and Minnehaha in the championship. So after we beat them, I started getting, a little pub. And, yeah, after that, we went to state, and I had a good state tournament.
And you make the move that's become a typical thing for a lot of guys in all states, but there's some states that have really had a lot of guys transfer out of their state to other places or even stay in the state, just go to prep route. And you're one of the first guys to do that in Minnesota. Make the move then, obviously, after Minnesota prep. Why'd you decide to
Mm-hmm.
make that move?
Uh, well, it really wasn't me, to be honest. It was really, I mean, I wanted to because I wanted to play the best, but it was really my dad. He had met him and his partner Donnell Brown had met these dudes down in Tennessee, and we was on a trip down there to bring some kids to go prep, like so they wouldn't have to go JUCO. So we went down there, and they told him, they was like, why don't y'all just start your own prep school up there? And I was like, why not? And it was from there we just made that jump. It was probably one of the hardest things I did, but probably the best thing I did for my career. But as of right now, but no, yeah, that was really how it started. That's how I made that transition.
And so there's a bunch of guys that said you obviously were one of the first guys. Kendall Brown follows suit. Train Thompson follows suit. A lot of these guys take this prep route now. Why do you think that is? What's the biggest reason for all the guys wanting to take the prep route?
Because they know it's like real hoop. Like it's not. I mean, some. Well, like okay, some Geico teams they play regular high school still and stuff like that, and just beat the stuff out of them. But like like even then, like you travel, prep you travel, like it's like it really prepares you for college. Like you got to do homework on the road, like stuff like that. Like it's gonna transition to that next level. Like you got to play with shot clock and all that. So prep school really made, and then like in Minnesota you didn't have none of that, and then you'd probably just be dominant and all that. And for Kendall and trading in them, they probably just want to, up their stock, get out here and see the real talent. So I mean, I ain't mad at them for that. Like for real, like I'm good. I'm happy for them that they did that because Minnesota basketball is kind of falling off talent wise.
I think that is something that's big too. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we see Minnesota overall has had some stars now start to come out of there. We see guys like Jalen Suggs, Kendall Brown, Trey and Ewing we just talked about. Chet's coming up. There's a lot of different guys that have talent in Minnesota. What's it like seeing these guys now start to go D1 and to see kind of the rise of Minnesota to a degree when you look at individual talent?
Oh, it's good for like the people, whoever coming out D1 out of here, because we don't really get that much love up here for like being hoopers and stuff like that. So whoever go Division 1 out here, like I'm never a hater. I'm always proud. Like good job. Like that you like now you making it easier for the youngins that's looking up to us. So just to show that we have hoopers here and we're a top hooping state just like other states. So no, yeah, it's all love for whoever going D1 or whoever just even going to college to go play basketball. To be honest, like and just doing something with their life, not doing the bad things or getting caught up in anything. So yeah, it's always good to see somebody from Minnesota doing a good thing or putting our state on or something like that. So it's good. It's good to see everybody doing well.
Couldn't agree more. Now, that first year you take out there, I mean, your junior season, first year on the grad session, sometimes struggling for guys, ups and downs, learning to live that life. You were able
Yeah.
to reach the All-Star game. You had a big time year that first season. What was that year like, and how did you get adjusted to playing at that kind of level?
Um. Well, to start that year off, I played on the EYBL, so I played the best, on the Nike circuit. So I knew I was probably gonna see these guys again. So probably, but all like, but more probably better teams like put together. So I mean that kind of prepared me to. I'm like, okay, like I'll be out here. I can play with these dudes. Like it ain't nothing. So I think um, we had played Prolific into the grind session. We had won the game before, so I think we were kind of already in. But we played Prolific pretty tough, and I think it had like 33 when they had a pretty good team with like Zach Harvey and all them guys. And yeah, it was. I mean, after that, I was like, okay, like if I could do this to one of the top teams in the country, I can probably do this night in, night out. Like I don't, I don't, I don't really think anybody can stop me. Like after that, I just really put my confidence like super high. So for that season right there.
And you make that big time summer, then you head into your senior season, which was last year, come away Offensive Player of the Year, All Star again. You guys make the playoffs, and the grind session
Hmm.
is probably one of the best years ever had before, talent wise. How
No,
did you
for
make that
sure.
jump? What led you to becoming the best? Basically, I mean, obviously the best offensive player amongst guys like Jalen Green, Isaiah Todd, some of the best in the world.
Hmm. Um, no, man, I was. I mean, I knew I think I deserved. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't think so, but I know I was a top nominee for it. But when I got it, I was like, and I started, really putting it in perspective, like, yo, like I did kill, like I did, I did my thing this year, like. So then, like, because I really thought they was gonna give it to Posh Alexander, to be honest, like, because I think he hit 61 game, and I was like, ooh, that's an offensive player, that's probably going to him, like. But no, I had a good season though. I think I had the most grind session wins. I had the most I had the most grind session player of the games this year. Yeah, I think I was. They told me I was runner up for MVP right behind Dacian and Jalen. So I mean, that was really a big honor for me, and that was big for me to get that award. That just, especially with all the, like you said, 4 McDonald's All Americans, and like low key guys. I mean, that still going high major. Like it was actually exciting. And it was big for me and my family, and the kids that's coming up behind me, like my little brothers or my little cousins or stuff like that. Like that was big. That was a big award for me.
Because of all that, man, I want to remember back to the question I kind of asked you earlier, and that's I said, you look at all these guys in the league, there's going to be 20, 30 plus guys that's going to be the league players. And potential wise, sure. I mean, you look at Jalen Green, Isaiah Todd, Marjon, list goes on. They're great
Mm-hmm.
potential, great players. But as you just said, you were right up there with them. You performed at a high level. I mean, what else do you think you could have possibly done to make yourself have a bigger name, possibly get more offers than you obviously had?
And like I said, it was the politic. Like it was nothing I could do. Like it was just people just just to be honest, just hating really, like, yeah, ain't, because I mean, there's really no reason why there shouldn't have been, But like I said, like I really I don't want to dwell on that. Like if the past is the past. Like I'm at where I want to be. Like Missouri State is where I want to be, and I'm happy that he took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful, or forever in kind of like in debt for Coach Ford, like because that was kind of big, like, and it was like a last minute thing. So
Mm-hmm.
like I really appreciate him for that.
Now you
So
have
but yeah, really, I really don't know what else I could have did. Like to be real with you, I don't. I'm because like it was like, bro, I'm just so confused. Like what else do you want me to do? Like I had a good game against Dacian Nix. Like I won that battle. Like and I had 27. Like I really don't know what else there was for me to do.
couldn't agree more,
Yeah.
man. With that, as we bring back to the other thing I was talking about earlier, there are many mid-major guys, and we look at some of the biggest stars of this bubble in the NBA. A lot of these guys are these mid-major guys that were not high recruited. We see these constantly put up on social media. You have the
Mm-hmm.
chance to obviously be one of those guys. You're super underrated. How do you like to build and become an NBA player in 1 to 4 years now?
Uh, really, just staying in the gym, man. It's really all about repetition, and if you can make shots and just staying in shape, and just putting, cutting up, probably getting a little, a little quicker. But I don't really think, you know, that was really a big deal, to be honest. But I mean, everybody has stuff to work on, but no, those probably is the main thing. It's really just about me staying in the gym and how consistent I'm gonna be in the gym, and putting up my shots, and just working on my game, and stuff that transitions into the next level. Like, can you make shots? Can you, could you hold your own in the league? Like, could you do stuff like that? But in the next 4 years, I think I'll probably, I'm gonna get better. I think I'm gonna get better every year. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go backwards. I hope I don't go backwards. So.
Absolutely, man. There's one thing I was like wrapping up with talking about
Mhm.
everyone. That's called about building a legacy for yourself. I think that's something that everyone wants to do. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
On the court, I just, why not want to go to the highest level you can go to, like the NBA? Like I hope that's every kid's, if you're hooping for real and you really want to hoop, then why wouldn't you want to go to the NBA? So it's that and, probably having a nice little solid, 10-year career, man. Just taking care of my family. And off the court, man, you always gotta give back to the kids, man, from where you came from. Like I feel like you know if my dad gave me something like, and I know I should be giving it back, I think I would be holding him short. Like I like you always gotta give back to where you came from. Like that's just a must. Like and if you don't think like that, then yeah, you're selfish. So, but no, I really just I just want to be a consistent pro in Minneapolis. Like coming out of Minneapolis, like we don't really got no like star, like no pro in the league that's consistently just staying in the league and like. But I think that gap is gonna start to close now with all the players we got. So um. But yeah, that just just putting on for my city, really, man. Just putting on for Minnesota, and just having kids, look up to me and stuff. So that's really where I want to leave.
Absolutely, man. My final thing before I let you go, give me your three biggest goals you have set for yourself for Missouri State career.
Ah, um, I'm I want to win a national championship. That's always gonna be number one with that. Uh, probably try to take the assist. Probably be the most winningest player here. And my third one, whew, this is tough. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Probably lead an assist too. So yeah, but I really just go to the tournament, win the conference and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on again, my guy, and congrats on the commitment.
Thank you. I appreciate you, bro.
Of course, you're always welcome on, bro. God bless.
Yep.